OpenAI's Operator AI agent just came out. In this video, I'm going to show you what it is, why it's kind of a big deal, practical ways to use it, and how to know if you have access to it. And if you don't have access to it, how to get access to it. My name is Brittany Long. First, isn't it wild that we're not even a full month into 2025 and OpenAI has already dropped something this massive? Now, if you are running a business and doing something else, like being a caretaker, whether that's a parent or you're caretaking for your aging parents, doing both things would be pretty exhausting. With the help of Operator, though, you can get all of it done a lot easier, a lot faster, even faster than you would have been getting it done with AI and with automations. Think of all the things that take you a long time, even stuff that's in your personal life, like planning a trip. OpenAI's Operator agent can actually do those things for you. What is Operator? Operator connects to the apps you're already using. Once you're logged in, can actually take action on the things you need done. Honestly, this is mind blowing. You give it an outcome, like booking a trip or finding new clients, and it runs with it. Here's an example. You might say, I want to attend a conference in Chicago next week, find me the tickets, book me the hotel room, and it can do all of that for you. The operator actually does the clicking on your computer. It checks flights, compares prices on the hotel, picks a hotel based on your preferences, and even confirms the booking. Like, how much time could this possibly save you? I think the answer is a lot. It's like giving your to-do list to a really reliable employee. And this is a really big deal for a few reasons. First, it saves time because it's actually doing it for you. Second, if you have a heavy mental load right now, it cuts down on that mental load because you're having less decision fatigue because you're making less decisions. This is yet another giant leap towards AGI, or artificial general intelligence. I'm telling you, this is bigger than the industrial revolution, the smartphone revolution. Now, I've talked a lot about some of the benefits of using OpenAI's Operator AI agent, but let's take a moment to talk about some of the potential negatives. First, it might make mistakes. So if you're planning this big trip, I want to make sure that I know exactly where I'm going, the times and everything, and that it booked it all correctly. I'm going to double check. I still want to have that quality control. One of the great things with Operator is that you can see a log of where it's clicked, so you have an idea of if it's doing what you want it to do. And if you see it doing not what you want it to do, you can always stop it and take back control. The other question that might not be a positive is the concern of, will it replace humans? Now, at the beginning of all of this with AI, people would say things like, it's not AI that's going to replace you, it's another human using AI. But we're getting closer and closer to the point where, no, it is AI that's going to replace you. You may be thinking, Brittany, what roles can I be in still that are going to be safe? Quality control is going to be one of those roles that you can count on. Anything with sensitive information where you're talking to someone one-on-one or need to have some kind of emotional intelligence. For example, a hospice nurse. This is something I don't foresee being replaced completely by AI or robots anytime soon. I have another video that goes more in depth on the roles and jobs that I think are really safe. I'll link that below. All right, let's go ahead and try this out. So when you first get into ChatGPT, if you have it, it's going to be up here under Operator. You're going to click that and it's going to open up a new tab. And it has a bunch of ideas that you can try. So let's go ahead and pick one, and you can always do your own and make it more complex. But when you're first starting out, I'd recommend starting with one of the ones that they have so you can kind of get used to how it's working. I'm going to find the latest news on artificial intelligence. And you'll see on mine, I just added and then summarize it in the chat and come up with 10 great scroll stopping hooks that relate to the summary. When I've tried this before, some of the mistakes I made is I didn't say put it in the chat. And so it kept looking for like free notepads and text documents that it could put it in. I'm going to say summarize it at a 5th grade reading level, and then I'm going to press enter. So this is really where it really differs from AI in general, like ChatGPT in general, or from a GPT. GPTs don't do this for you. This is actually looking through all the latest news, and you can actually see on the left-hand side, it's telling you what's happening, but you can see that it's clicking around on here on this web browser and actually taking action on the thing that you asked it to do. Now, if we click this down arrow here, you'll be able to see exactly where it's going, what it's searching for, what it's doing. So in a lot of ways, this almost feels like a combination of the plugins we saw earlier in 2022, 2023, and then also the web search. It's going to read about these different articles, the different updates that are happening. Once it's done reading about those, it's going to go ahead and summarize them at a 6th grade reading level. Then it's going to come up with hooks for me. So because this might take a little bit of time, I'm just going to pause and do something else while I'm waiting. Oh, and actually it's already done. Perfect. So here it summarized it for me. Okay. And then scroll stopping hooks, new AI powerhouse, Stargates, exclusive deal with OpenAI, building data centers. Okay. So then I can give it feedback just like I would in chat. We had an automation for this where we would go from the RSS feed to ChatGPT to a Google Doc to create some of this content. With the operator, we don't have to do that anymore. We can just go straight to ChatGPT and it does it for me. So I gave it a little bit of feedback here on the hooks. I said, this is a good start, but they aren't hookish enough. And then I gave it some examples. I said, don't use these exactly. And then I said, put the new examples in the chat. So here, I like these much better. Not all of them, but I do like some of them. So I can give it feedback on what I like and don't like. All right, so we have all the content here now. Now let's do save task in the top right. So this is where I can tell it, yeah, I like this task. This is what I wanted it to do. And then I can give it any other URLs I want it to go to as well to take a look at. And so this is just saving it so I don't have to continually tell it what to do. It will automatically do it next time. Now, maybe I want to do something else here. Here's suggest a 30-minute meal of chicken that has at least 4.5 stars. Let's go ahead and see what we get there. And like the other one, I added a little bit. I said, that's gluten-free, kid-friendly, and low on the glycemic index. So it's searching from the All Recipes website. If we click here, we can see what it's doing, what it's clicking on. Okay, and I just want to point out, you can see some things that it's done. It sought the filter options. It looked through meal category recipes. It's been selecting, it's looking at the chicken category now and scrolling through, trying to find what I asked for specifically. Now, you might be wondering, Brittany, would you stay on this while you're, letting it do its thing? I would probably be using another tab or another screen right now to work on something else while this is doing it. So really, in order to maximize my time and to treat it like I would a team member, I'm going to let it do its thing while I'm doing my thing, on another tab, on another computer, on another screen, so that we're getting double time out of the time that we have. Okay, so now we have blackened chicken recipe, fits my requirements, 4.6 stars, takes 25 minutes to prepare, is gluten-free, likely low on glycemic index, and kid-friendly. And then I can click and it's going to come up to that. So fantastic. I think one of my favorite use cases for this is just to be able to save time with not having to think about these things. Like, yes, that took a little bit of time. It took 5 minutes. Being able to use AI in like seconds, we're like, oh, 5 minutes, that's forever. But it was 5 minutes that I didn't have to spend doing it. I could have been doing something else. Well, it worked on its thing. So for me, that is well worth the 5 minutes. Now, if you want to do some more, you can go to operator. There's plenty more that you can see. And this is really where it feels more like that plugins that it used to have. So if I click on here and then just press enter, it's going to find the ingredients and then it'll actually be able to place that order as well. Now, I've said before that I think moms will really win the most with AI. And this is just one of the many, many, many reasons I think so, especially if you're a mom and you are doing most of the grocery shopping in your family. Like, this can actually do all of it for you, which still blows my mind. Those are a few examples of how you can use this new agent. All right, so how do you figure out if you have access to this? And if you don't have access to it, how can you make sure you get access to it? Look on the left-hand side and you're going to look where it says operator. As they continue to roll it out, you may see it there. I have been told that it's going to be on the Plus accounts too and the team accounts, but right now it's only on the $200 a month Pro account. So if you're not seeing it yet and you're on the free Plus or team account, that's probably why. Those on team and Plus, you may see it in the future. As you saw today, once you start using operator, you're going to want to give it feedback and you're going to want to be really clear on the outcome. Just if you were training a human team member, you wouldn't expect them to totally get what you're saying right away. You need to sometimes clarify or give additional instructions. If you're looking for something that can actually do the tasks for you, not just something that you have to look over the shoulder and prompt, OpenAI's operator agent is the way to go. Sure, it still has some work to do, but for only being 24 hours old, it's doing pretty good. I have some additional resources for you. The first one is my list of 120 ways you can use AI, automations, and agents to help grow your business and earn more money while saving time.